welcome back to another episode of Evolve and Still the podcast. Today we are in our second segment of the Edge series, and we're going to be talking about dreams. I have a very special guest. Do you want to introduce yourself?
I'm Morgan. Should I introduce myself now with
Yes.
everything? Okay. I'm Morgan. I'm an event designer. I own some venues in the Metro Detroit area. I work full time in supply chain, but my actual business is my real identity.
I love that. If you've ever been to a Ebony or Infinity or Audrey party, Morgan is the brains and the beauty of the event, actually. Because we don't come with anything. We just say, can you make it pretty?
Fair enough. Yeah. You guys come with like rough vision, and I'm like, all right, I'll see you in a couple months.
Literally nothing. I don't even think the last time they gave you colors.
Barely.
Yeah.
We fought for them.
Yeah. So, genius. Anyway.
Thanks.
So we're going to do an icebreaker first before we get into the questions. And my icebreaker for you is I want to know, what is your favorite event design that you, love, you can't get enough of, and what event design or theme or whatever is please,
never again.
I don't want to do this anymore.
Okay. Like my own event or just a trend?
Just a trend. People will ask you to put it together, and you're like, why?
Okay. I'll start with my favorite. My favorite right now, because it came back, drapes were super outdated at some point, and it was super ornate, and I was just hating them. And I feel like they got replaced with backdrop walls and stuff, but now they're back, and they're super luxurious. It has a new identity. It had a whole pivot or whatever. But I think the drapes are not my favorite thing because they go with everything. But I feel like everyone will resonate when I say to eliminate throne chairs. That hits me. I hate a throne chair. I hate a teddy bear at a baby shower. And if you ask me to do that, I might. But I'm not gonna do a throne chair. Eliminate
a throne chair.
No.
Queen. I am the queen of this event.
Prom send-off throne chair or 50th anniversary throne chair. I'm not gonna.
I don't think you've ever gave me.
I won't.
Though. Oh,
I won't.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am the queen, though. Okay. I mean, I don't ask her much,
right?
So
you don't ask
I would
anything,
never
so
ask for that. But I was wondering, why has she never thought to give me a throne?
You wanted that?
I'm just.
I was about to say, maybe we aren't aligned.
Maybe we are as connected. No, that's hilarious. I also love drapes. I feel like drapes is just you can make an ugly space so beautiful with drapes.
It changes the whole dynamic of the event.
Yeah.
That's my jam right now.
Yeah, and I thought you were gonna say beige baby showers.
Oh.
But you said teddy bear. So it's kind of
honestly, I don't like color. But so the nudes and the neutrals and black, that's me. So if you ask me for a beige baby shower, I'm gonna be perfect, great. But I've been leaning more towards using colors and not going neutral. Yes, we'll still having my own spin on it, but I like the new baby showers. I don't like white flowers, which is weird, but I like the cream.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I tried to get you to do cream for a party, and you said, "Let's go black."
Yeah, I will. I'm gonna go black every time.
Okay. Black over cream.
Yeah. What was that? You said cream? All cream?
No, it was purple and
purple and cream.
It was purple, cream, gold.
And I did say.
And black. You said purple and black.
I feel like the black really was
and it was cool.
It was edgy.
Virgo's groove. Yeah, it was a 30th.
It was edgy.
It was cute.
It worked
she
out.
loved it.
Worked out.
So I'll let the professionals do their job.
We do. Thanks.
All right, are you ready to start the
I'm
questions? All right. So hopefully they don't stick together, which they usually do, but we'll try. Okay, I like this one. I say that about every question, by the way, so just be prepared. Okay, bringing a dream to life often requires both imagination and practical steps. How do you balance that?
So that question is actually really hard because,
Okay.
well, I'm extremely practical. Like I'm actually very much so more practical than I am creative. And I know a lot of people think like you create all these cool designs, creativity has to be like your number one thing. But at the core, I'm like very business oriented. Like I'm a business major, have my MBA, and that's my like first step is like budgeting, organizing. Like my Excel for every event is crazier than like the mock-up. And I feel like it's been challenging for me because I focus so much on like the business side of it and sitting at my computer that sometimes it'll prevent me from being overly creative, but also because I'm extremely practical in what can actually be executed. Like, you guys may have great ideas, and I'm like, okay, great, great, great. How do we do that? Yeah. And it's halted me in the past from doing better. But now I've put myself in a position where I'm like, okay, I'll design this mock up and I'm gonna send it to the client. And it may be crazy, but I know that I told the client I was gonna do it, so I have to execute it. Like I have to do it, even if it's not quote unquote practical. But it forces me, which is great, to collaborate more with my vendors so that we're doing better and we're not constantly just like rewriting the same story, over and over and over. And I think that's put like me and my vendors honestly in a better position just because like every event it gets a little bit better. It's like two notches up from the last one, which is hard, but I mean, it works.
Yeah, especially when you start off great, it's difficult to be greater.
Going though. No, thanks.
Oh, it's such a hard life to just it's like Beyonce. Like
my god!
You gotta.
I'm just really hard on myself. Okay. I'm extremely hard on myself. We had a wedding last week, and LaFleur, she's like, "This is amazing. We really outdid ourselves." I'm like, I like it. I'm like, I think that we did what we were supposed to do, and
you said 8 out of 10. You get a B.
It was alright. It was great. I loved it, but it was just like,
not
what's next?
100%.
What's next? I loved it. It was 10.
Okay.
I was just like, what's next? And that sucks.
Dude, so you gotta be a little nicer to yourself.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know that I balance. I am like you where I'm super practical.
Yeah.
Like I don't even consider myself creative because I feel like crazy. I'm.
This is literally a whole creative outlet in itself.
Well, I have help.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Jayla and Darius, they are here to help.
Okay. Well, you have the vision though. That's the thing. Okay, all right.
You know, like I come to you sometimes and I just be like, hey, I have to throw this party.
Yeah.
How much is it gonna cost? And when do I need to pay you? I kind of do the same thing sometimes here. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
I feel that.
What do we need to do? What's the next step?
What are we gonna do next?
But you know, people tell me I'm creative.
I really think you are. Even if it's not your hands, literally, like I designed this, it's still your idea.
Yeah.
You're harder on yourself than me. I don't know.
Oh. Well, this seems a little bit like therapy. And
it's fine.
Okay. Next question. But I was gonna say that I identify with like being very practical, but I do try to like make a conscious effort to also like dream and like have some imagination and like don't just be trying to color inside the lines all the time.
Exactly.
And I think it's difficult sometimes because it's like, oh, I just want to be practical and get it out the way.
Because you know you can execute that.
Right.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's like, I know for a fact I can do this one thing. I'll try that for my next event. Because right now, no, I can't do that.
Yeah. But then as like I don't want to say like an overachiever, but like as someone who likes to do well. And like you said, like I'm not competitive at all. I don't ever compete with other people, but I am like, oh, you did this, you can, do a little better.
Kick it up a notch.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Agree.
Life is hard for us sometimes, Okay, this question is, how important is it for you to know what you want in life? And how do you like manage expectations as a dreamer?
Yeah. I don't see myself as a quote unquote dreamer. Like I
Okay.
never feel like I label myself as that, but I think, I mean, it's just like with anything. Like if you don't put in your map where you're going, if you don't know where you're going, you just constantly will just be running in circles over and over. Like if you're not working towards anything, at no point can you identify and say, okay, I'm getting closer to what I'm working towards. And I won't say that I'm great at identifying and saying, like, this is my 5 year plan or my 1 year plan or even like writing goals for the year. I think that from that aspect, I do give myself grace and say, like, you know, whatever happens, happens. But I can, with the field that I'm in, organically, you see yourself getting better.
Yeah.
And everyone else does too. It's harder, I feel like, in other fields to say, like, oh, I'm just getting better with time. You can visibly see, like, this event is significantly better than this one.
Yeah.
And we executed it seamlessly or whatever it may be. So I think it's just really important to identify where you want to see yourself, but not be so hard on yourself and say, okay, by this hard date, I need to be doing this or this or this. And a lot of times, too, in my field, I don't have control over like, I don't have control over budgets. I don't have control over like how big I can go. Like those things also organically have to come, and I just have to continuously execute on the events that I have and get bigger and better, you know, step by step. I can't go from A to Z in one event. There are limitations.
Do you ever see yourself, like, this is just a kind of random question, but do you ever see yourself like stopping doing smaller events or smaller budgets? Like, I'm only gonna do this amount so that I can achieve this, you know, thing.
Yeah. So I think it's a matter of boundaries.
Okay.
So at some point I was like, just like do a minimum. Throw a minimum on your website and that's gonna be it. And I feel like it's too hard because I can't just throw out a minimum for an event because every event is so different. Like we'll do an event for a brand and maybe we're only providing a handful of things, but it still had impact. And it was like, this was still worth my time. This was still worth it. But I did put a minimum on, like, you know, a backdrop, for example, because I feel like there's a certain amount of money I want to be allocated to this to be a certain standard.
Yeah.
And there is a quote unquote minimum that I have, but I don't think I can. And I did the same thing for weddings too, because that's easy for me to say. Like, if we're talking wedding, we have to start here because the expectation is just different. And social media is like pros and cons because I feel like the expectations are insane and unreasonable. But it's just like people see so much on social media and so many things have kind of lost the true origin of what you're celebrating. So it's like you have to just put that number there to meet the expectation. And even I don't want to be like, okay, I could do it for less because people are already expecting a certain standard.
Yeah.
So I don't want to say like I have a minimum that I just won't go under. It is a case by case basis. But I still have some sort of like standard for myself where I'm like, this doesn't even make sense for me to do anymore. But that just comes with boundaries too. Yeah. And that was really, really hard for me. But
yes,
we're here now.
I understand that completely. I feel like boundaries in business we don't talk about a lot.
Agreed.
And it's so important, it's so significant, especially when you are like running a business.
No, for sure.
Especially when it's something that you really, really love to do or something that's like you're passionate about. For like I have to, and I'm still pretty bad at it because I also like Evolving still is a business and it runs, you know, but it could 100% be better. I could 100% be more consistent. I just have something larger, even though I call it a side quest. It steals all of my time and joy.
For sure.
But school is the thing that takes it's impossible. Like just today I had an appointment earlier because I was going to be on time today and we were going to do all this stuff. We're going to shoot his episode, we're going to shoot your episode, we're going to do it all. And like my school is like, do you want to be a doctor? You have a meeting at 1:30. And I said, well, that's funny because Ebony has a makeup appointment at 1. And they said,
no, it's
you need to cancel that one, babe. And so I had
Mhm.
to cancel, and now I'm running late, and now,
No, I get that. People are so pressed about having to respond now and like instant gratification, all these things. But at the end of the day, it's like the service you provide is not technically replaceable. You know,
Yeah.
like I can't personally respond to people ASAP. And it's also this so much stuff in my head. It's a matter of systems as well because I feel like I was burning myself to the ground, like trying to respond quickly, trying to make sure I'm doing this, that, and the other, flipping, turning things around when I said I would. But the lack of building a team will kill you. Like, ruin your whole jam. You can only go so far. And I know people say that all the time, but it's not just because, like, oh, you need other expertise. You're going to burn out.
Yeah.
And I did.
Yeah.
And did. So I feel like, and we were talking about this earlier, I feel like that's another reason why I cut back on events too, because it was like, I'm not even able to be as creative as I want to be because I'm constantly pushing out something and it's becoming forced.
Yeah.
So there's so much to say. But you're right. We don't talk about it.
Boundaries is something that's so hard for me in this business specifically because one, I'm not a business person, right? Like you have an MBA. I was studying the brain, child. Like I don't know. I didn't even want to take a math class. Like I'm like math, statistics. I can do that. I can do that. But I for sure am not super like business oriented. So that goes to you like building a team. Like I have Jayla, who I call my boss, who was like, no, that's not what we doing. And I'm like, you're right. Yes,
you need
ma'am.
somebody else.
But I need somebody else because also I would do everything for free because it's like, oh, it's mental health. Like I love that. And she's like,
this is a job.
Free doesn't exist. And I'm like, my boss said I had to charge you. Like it, and it's very difficult. But I needed someone to kind of like motivate me to like have boundaries, be realistic, and
but
also
even outside eyes looking in too. You're like, I never even saw that this is a problem.
Yeah.
Like I'm doing this. This is literally my job. You can do it for other people, but that gets so far,
Yeah. So. And I had to come to terms with it. And I think also just having a team and having the responsibility of like at the end of the day I gotta pay Jayla. So
that part.
we need to at least make enough money to pay her. You know,
somebody
like,
gotta get paid.
It ain't even about me what I'm gonna do for free. Like Jayla must get paid. And I listen. We might have to do a yoga class or two. I don't know, but she has to get paid. Like I can't not pay her.
But I mean, it pushes you too because it's like an extra set of accountability. Because you're like, okay, somebody's looking for me to do the next thing, but also I have this group of people I can talk it over with and bounce ideas, even if it's not like you're actively telling me what I need to do. It's just a matter of okay, somebody else is liable in this circle of execution. So.
Yeah. Very, Well, there's that. All right. This question states. Okay. Again, I was going to say.
Such a good question.
I love this question. Okay. Dreams can shift as life changes. How do you recognize when your own dream has evolved? And how do you help clients adapt their vision if they must pivot? So you talked about really being like realistic and like if the client is like, I want to walk on water. Remember that wedding from Crazy Rich Asians? That's what I want. And you're like, but I only have
$3.
$10K. Then you're not walking on water.
So okay, ask the first part of the question again.
Okay.
Because it's like twofold.
Yes. How do you recognize when your own dreams has evolved?
When they're not challenging you anymore. So I think that's easy to see with events. If I can be like, all right, get them to do this, get them to do that, get that to do that, and it's done, then you're probably doing what you did last week. Okay. If you have to sit down and be like, okay, strategically, how do we execute this? You're coming a little bit harder. And I think too, it's like visually, in this field, you'll see when you were challenged because you'll walk in the space and be like, oh, I actually feel this now. It's not just like, this looks good. I can sit back and be like, I can't wait to post this. Wow, this is great. This actually feels different. So I think it's just a matter of like, if you're no longer feeling the challenge, then it's not evolving.
Yeah.
But once you feel like, okay, I really am not sure how we're gonna do this one, then great. You're coming harder. Yeah, you made it. Great. But as for clients and their dreams, I think one thing that we do kind of a poor job at doing, we as like people in the industry, we don't do a good job at explaining like what things cost. So one thing for me, I don't itemize my whole invoice because I've already budgeted everything on my side. And if I tell you I'm spending 6,000 on flowers, you're gonna be like, no, I don't want to do that. But trust me, it'll be fine. It'll all work out. Just give me this lump sum and it'll be perfect. But it's hard to see because also too, that's when people come in and nitpick and be like, well, take away 2K from there and then it'll be good. No, because I gave you a quote for the overall vision.
Yeah.
And this is your number. Like, this makes sense. We can bring it down, but understand we're changing the whole overall vision. Because I was like, I'll itemize something and then people come in and say, oh, we'll take this off. We'll take this off. Well, I don't want to do it now. Because it doesn't make sense overall for me to execute and half do it, you know?
Yeah.
But as for client expectations, client like vision, it's just a matter of communicating. Okay, you told me this is your budget. These 3 things are your budget. And I haven't been paid yet. So it's just a matter of communicating from the very beginning so that you don't get down the line and be like, I know you told me that, but we can't really do that with what you're working with. It's all about communicating. And I realize the more that I even collaborate and communicate with my clients who just are maybe not aware of the process or like what things even cost, which I'm planning my own wedding, like, and it's still humbling for me. I'm like, wow, 10K. Yeah. No, but I think the more that I talk to clients and vendors and all those things, like the better the event gets too, because we're just talking it through. And the more they understand, the more they're willing to say, oh, we do need to up this a little bit because I really want this. Or it's like, okay, I'm fine with that. I will be pleased when I come to my event and it looks like this, you know?
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of managing the expectation early on.
Yeah, I feel like I am very I don't want to say intentional, but like when my dream has evolved, I really try to like give it grace.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And like so my follow-up question was like, do you feel like when, even if it's like a personal dream or like a personal vision that you had, like when it evolves, do you think of it as like you gave up, or do you try to say like, oh, I'm like pivoting?
Oh yeah. Like, hard no, it's not like I gave up.
Okay.
No, it's like you gave yourself permission to grow.
Okay.
I think that's a better way to look at it. It's like, think of COVID. Events were the primary thing shut down.
Yeah.
That's what I was doing. I was, of course, at the beginning of my event career still, but it was like, okay, now what? What do we do? I'm like, okay, we're doing drive-bys. We're outside with a backdrop. You can't pay me to do outside event now. But it's like we're pivoting. That's growing in a different way. And I did. And it was like, I'm still doing so many great things. They're just outside. And I'm still getting better with time. It's just 10 people here, you know, whatever it may be. Like, I still was doing what I loved. So it wasn't a fail by any means. It was like, you're growing in a different way. Yeah. Even we have another space, the Vine. My fiance and I both share that space. And that space started out really slow. And we're like, what? Because it started out as a chapel. We're like, what are we going to do? You know, like, we have this space. We're in this 5-year whatever lease. Something has to give. And I feel like we put ourselves too much in like a small box by saying like it's a chapel, which works with our other space because we do a ton of weddings, but it's a very small space. So it only works with X amount of people. So we're like, why don't we market this as an intimate event space and do the events over here, market to these certain clients and say like, Taylor Ryan is really big. Let's do it next door. It'll be great for your guest count. And we saw so much traffic pull up because we're like, let's do our own personal events here for one and design them in a way that we want it to be seen. That was a huge designing that space as a lounge it's called Divine Chapel. That was never the goal, but
Yeah.
it looked so good when it was designed that way, and so many people now are like, how do we do this?
Yeah.
Because I mean, you have to hire someone to do that because it doesn't come that way. But still, it's like this is what it could be. So it's just a matter of giving yourself the permission to grow, and the space is doing so well now.
Yeah.
With all these different opportunities being shown, because that's the biggest thing I think people don't see. People want what they see, and they keep asking for the same things because that's all they know. So it just goes back to the last question. It's like educating the client. That's why they want the teddy bears, because it's like, no, let me give you better. You don't have to have a throne. You can have a nice chair. Like,
you don't have to be the queen. We get it. We can show better. We can show that you're the queen if we put a giant life-size picture of yourself. That was on my 25th birthday party.
I know. I'm literally envisioning it. Yours is cute. That was cute.
I still have the picture.
That's actually insane.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But people 100% want what they see. Yeah. They want to replicate it. They see, and I think people do that with like fashion. They do that with celebrity. Sure. Like, oh, I saw this person have this. Like, I need it because I want to feel like this. I'm gonna, Right. That's just, we are visual people, sure. And so honestly, when I went to, fun fact, they're on my books. There are people on them. And the gratitude journal itself, that's supposed to be me. Honestly. And when this book was being designed, and on the Edge journal, there's a I got too much stuff. On the Edge journal, this is the designer on the cliff. He's on the edge of.
Who designed these?
Michael. So it's a butterfly, but it's a. He is on
cute.
I
love these.
It was because the very first time we did this journal, it was actually in COVID, and I'm like, we need to be gender neutral. It was boring, very boring, very ugly. I hate it. And then we were like, okay, let's revamp. Let's do a different cover, right? Let's think big, right? It was like, okay, but how do we make this relatable? How do we get people to see like themselves in a way in this product? Like, what is it gonna like? People are visual, and that was the one thing that we went. Even when we like make anything, we're like, okay, people are visual. What is going to get their attention? If you saw this on if you saw this on a bookshelf, you're like, what's that? Because it 100%. Just looks different than most of the stuff that you see. So I 100% understand that and think that's a great like marketing thing of like, let me show you how cool it can actually be.
I mean, it's literally the only way, because everybody, it's not their job. It's not a client's job to come in and know exactly what they want. They're looking for you to tell them and say like, this is what will be amazing. This is your guest experience. Like, this is better.
Yeah.
So, I mean, normally people just come in and they'll give you like a baseline, and 100% of the time, you can offer them better and they'll want that. No one really comes in and says like, no, this is a must have. I can't veer away from this.
Yeah.
They're hiring you to.
Because they trust you.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I trust you.
You do.
With everything, actually. And I mean, it's the same thing with J-Lo. Like, I literally will come in and be like, so, I want to do merch. And she's like, okay, what about it? I'm like,
tell me more.
Well, I mean, that's what we're here to discuss, right? Like, I am definitely the person that's like, I have people around that I trust to execute the vision.
Yeah. 100%.
And I feel bad, but like, not that bad.
You came with the idea. I want apparel.
I'm like, oh, know I don't have, like, even with the designs of the books, like, I literally like, I'm bad with themes. Like, this is what I'm feeling. This is where we are.
Yeah.
Create.
Yeah. Please. Just run with this.
Yeah.
That's more than enough. You gave more than enough. Let the professionals take over.
Listen, I can only do so much.
I feel that's what I want to.
Okay, the next question is, if you like the questions you're hearing so far, check out the Edge Guided Journal at evolvingstill.com. You won't regret it. What role did your own dreams play in creating your business? And would you consider your business like your dream job? or do you not dream of labor?
I literally was thinking that, like, I do not dream of labor. And it's so labor intensive. No, this was not my dream. Like,
Okay.
when I was growing up, it was, I'm gonna be a fashion designer. I'm not even
Period.
fashionable like that.
Oh.
First of all, no, can't draw, none of that. So I was like, I'm gonna be a fashion designer. I'm gonna go to the Fashion Institute in New York. I'm gonna really just do all of that. Don't even like New York. So then I was
Kinda
like,
dirty.
okay, relax. Maybe you need to get a business degree and then work in the fashion industry, like as a buyer. Okay, great. So I was like, all right, we'll do supply chain. I'm a buyer, not for fashion. Check, but not for fashion. This whole event thing honestly happened organically. Like, this was not my game plan by any means. It was just like, okay, my mom, she is a super entertainer. She loves to entertain. So it was like, oh, we got stuff. I'm gonna do my own grad party. All right, I graduated college. I'm gonna do that grad party. I'm gonna do this stuff for my line sisters. Like, stuff organically was happening, and then it was like, okay, this is getting somewhere. This is great. Let me do your 50th. Organically, this just happened. And honestly, I cannot imagine doing anything else. There's nothing else where I'm like, I still really want to X, Y, and Z. There's not another industry I want to be in. There's none of that. Like, this is the dream job. It is a job. It is. So people say, oh, what's that saying? Like, oh, you do your dream job, you never work a day in your life. That is not true. I'm working so hard, but I love it, and I will literally stay up. Yeah, it's so fulfilling. I'll stay up all night long doing this stuff, and then be like 3 a.m. and I'm like, all right, girl, relax, calm down. It's a baby shower, like, But I love it. So yes, I guess this is my dream job, but it was not.
It wasn't the dream.
It was not.
Yes, I love that because it reminds me of like Evolve and Still. Evolve and Still was not the plan. If you were to ask me today, like, do you want to run a business? I'm gonna say no. Not really.
Not so much.
Not really. But it happened organically because I was in college. I was stressed out. Like, I tell the story so many times, but I was in college. I was stressed out, and I was like, "What can I do
for a release?
Small? I don't have time.
Yeah.
In hindsight, I had so much time because like the time I have now really doesn't exist.
Non-existent.
But I'm like, undergrad so hard. I'm taking 17 credits. Oh my God, Michigan.
So go back to that.
Right.
So go back.
I just took one class that was 10 credits. What's going on? What's going on? I see my transcript. I said, that was 10. It felt like 16. You know?
It felt like a
one class.
For work. Yeah.
And then I didn't even get a grade. You just said pass. Oh,
honestly, I definitely.
Please. But I really was like, okay, what can I do? And I start journaling, and I started actually tracking my mood, and I would post it on the internet at the end of the month. Like, I had a good month this month.
I actually think I saw you post something similar before.
Yeah, probably. And it was probably in like a notebook. Yeah, because I this wasn't a thing.
Even if it wasn't, I've seen this.
Yeah. And
okay.
I like literally would post it. I would color in the day, and I picked the color. Like, okay, pink is a great day because I'm a pink girl. But I would post it, and people were like, "Oh my God, show me, like, what do you do? Tell me how to do this. I want to do it." And so it organically became like a thing. And then COVID happened, and we were like working on all of this stuff. We were supposed to do a party.
Yeah, a launch party.
Yeah, we're supposed to do a launch party for Evolve and Still. And
we had some stuff at your birthday party, so it's fine.
Yeah. We had to come back about 2 years later and be like, okay, actually, let's Evolve and Still. Yeah, but it was supposed to be a whole party for Evolve and Still, and of course, like, pivoting, right?
But that's the thing, you don't see that as a failure at all. That's literally by definition a pivot, and the business literally grew from that. So I would never say a pivot is a fail at all. Unless you just literally just eliminated the whole idea and nothing came from that.
Yeah, and you're like, and I think unless if you do something, you don't do something because you feel like you're going to fail.
Right.
That's giving up.
Yeah, I feel that.
Like, okay,
Yeah.
I didn't want to do this because I felt like I was going to fail. Like, let people
For
tell
sure.
you no,
For
or
sure.
let this happen. Like, even with school, like, medical school is very competitive.
You're in a whole different lane.
And
Okay.
like you, like people are gonna tell you no. People are like, I know people who have the highest score you can get on the MCAT. They don't win. They have all these accolades, and then
Still.
like U of M was like, no thanks.
Thank you, but
And they're like, what do you mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like you will hear no in this field, and you have to like let them. But I have so many people that I know that I'm like, don't just not try because you're afraid of the no, right? Like, and then there's a realistic like deadline, right? You can only take the MCAT so many times until they don't let you take it anymore, and like things like that. Okay, then you can pivot, but just don't be like, oh, I'm never gonna do this because
I'm scared of the result of X, Y, and Z. Yeah.
Or like you just don't want to work hard.
Did you read Let Them? The Let Them theory?
Yes. Yeah. I thought it was my personality, and I said, "Who told this white lady to write about my personality?"
I know. I listened to it on the audiobook, and she actually did the audiobook herself, and I'm like, this is crazy. Like every chapter was like, oh my gosh, yeah, she really is like in my brain. Yeah. That's a whole different situation.
I am very, very like when I say that's the textbook. Like I am very like. People call me nonchalant, but I just feel I am actually kind of nonchalant. I'm not gonna lie. Like I really don't care that much about too many things. The things that I care about, I'm like passionate.
Yeah, it's like an extreme. Like these are things that actually matter. That's where I'm putting my.
But like I let people be, like
100% agree with that. I can't say that I always was in that space and I was an overthinker for sure. But now it's like there's so many other things happening. I quite literally can't handle you and myself. And manage my own mental health at the same time.
Yeah.
I can't.
I think, and I recommended that book to friends who I feel like, I'm like, babe, you may have a little bit of control issues and not trying to be, not trying to therapize. I do have a degree in BCM though, but not trying to therapize. But I think you should read
if nothing else, I do send people like the little snippets because I should do a little snippet from her little podcast. Yeah, I'll send the link. I'll share on Instagram. Like this resonated with me.
And really, I am not. That's so funny because I am like not passive aggressive at all. I'm just aggressive. So I'm like, this is for you. Mm-hmm. Read it. Yeah. The only like complaint or thing I have to say about this book that I was like, was that it needed to end earlier. Like,
you felt like it was
towards the end. It was like you're just saying things now.
Okay.
Wrap it up. Like she could have kept it short and sweet and cute, but then even when it was like the friend thing, like it just started.
No, the friend portion, I was like, that was towards the end. I was like, this is the best chapter. I was like, yes. Obviously, the other chapters like pre-gamed and set it up for that, but I was like, that's the best chapter, 100%. See, some different strokes, different focus.
I was like, why would I care if my friends hang out without me? Like that doesn't.
I totally get that because it wasn't because of me, but because of another friend who had that same feeling. Yeah, like I wasn't Mel in that situation. Yeah, but I literally saw that situation firsthand, and I was like. I see the other perspective. I get it. I hear it. But she was an overanalyzer as well.
Yeah, it was like the neighbor, like, you're mad because the neighborhood is hanging out without you. I was like, girl, get a life. Yeah. Like, why do you care?
That wasn't just me.
See? Yeah. I don't be having time. I'm like, how do you have time to care what your neighbors are doing? Girl. I don't care my friends.
At this point,
if my friends are hanging out with me, I'm like, cute picture. like unless I'm studying and everybody's having fun without me, then
you got FOMO.
Then I'm like, different. Delete this right now. But that's different.
That's totally different. If I'm at home, that's FOMO because you literally had other things to do.
Yeah, because
you were invited or not invited.
It's just more so like I couldn't do it.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't.
That's not what Mel's talking about.
No. yeah, the let them theory
Yeah.
ends for me when I'm letting people like. Wait, why you look at me like that?
I'm trying to figure out what's next when you what?
The let them theory ends for me when it's like I'm miserable. Like my misery does not like company. I'm not one of those people
Oh,
that like wants other people to be miserable with me.
agree. I just
But
need to hear people say they going through some stuff too.
like
Like
no, okay,
something.
okay.
Because I'll be crashing out.
Don't be like, oh my god, life is good.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
I hate life. You're
And I'll
like,
be like, oh my God, is it just me? I need to
yeah.
hear other people got real stuff going on too. I need to hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't even need to hear that per se. Like, it feels good to hear that. I don't need to.
Mm-hmm.
But what I can't stand is somebody, like, enjoying life and I'm, like, miserable.
And you're crashing out.
And I'd be like,
That's
go away.
what I'm saying.
I just want you to get away from me,
Okay,
though. I don't need you to be like, oh, I'm miserable too.
Yeah.
I want you to be, like,
quiet.
over there.
Just quiet and away from me.
I always say this all the time. I could not imagine a life where I am going to work and I had a stay at home husband. That would piss
No, I'm sorry. That's not
me off.
That's
like,
not for me.
What?
Ain't no
Get
way. Ain't no way
up.
I'm leaving the household every day.
And people have
Working?
literally doubled down. Like, what if he is a millionaire or he works from home and he don't have to? No, if I'm getting up and traveling to my job,
no.
you're going.
I'm not leaving every single day, coming home, and you're in the
And
same
you're in the
spot.
bed. No. Then somebody
Are you
once
my
say,
dog?
like, what if he gets up and make you breakfast? He's going
I
to
don't
get
eat.
back in the bed.
I don't
No,
want
go
it.
get a job.
I don't want it.
Loser.
I don't want it. That was a
Anyway,
crash out, but it's okay.
that is a little crash out. But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's where I can't let them. Okay.
Yeah,
I don't care how much money you make. If I gotta go to work today,
Also different.
and I'm going to a profession that I
Hate or love.
I hate it now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna love it later.
You will. That's the difference.
But
between
I
you and me.
also
I don't
only
love my
plan to
profession.
work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah.
Oh.
It get like that. And
I'm in the office Monday through Thursday.
that's still too. That's still
slavery.
too much.
I mean, I work Friday too, just at home.
Yeah, I only plan to work
Yeah.
Tuesday, Wednesday,
I fear I don't have that
Thursday.
that option right now.
But that's why I'm going through misery now, so that when
It'll be
I
worth
get
it.
to the
It'll be
point,
worth it later.
it's like, yeah, I'm a part-time doctor.
Yeah.
You know, very much giving part-time. Doctor.
That's actually my mom's doctor. He works once a week.
Yeah.
Tuesdays.
Yeah, that's it.
Dang, that's actually insane.
Unfortunately, other days I'm unavailable. But
I mean, it's your world. At that point, you're making so much money. It won't
that's not here nor there.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, what are the top 3 things you value in life? And what are the things that will make you feel like you won? Like, I won life in the end.
I definitely have an answer to the second question. So the first one thing that me and my fiance are like trying to be super, super intentional about is like building our relationship with God. Because we were talking about earlier, like a brick and mortar situation is just like over glamorized, but sometimes we just be crashing out. But sometimes stuff is going so great. And I feel like we had to go above and beyond to make sure in every single season we were like, but God, He got us here. You know, it was like, okay, we're in a rough season right now, but we have to still acknowledge. And when things are great, we still acknowledge. Everybody who books, I'm like, thank you, God. Yeah. Every single time 625 hits, I'm like, thank you, God. Because you can pick anywhere else. You can book with anybody else, you know? And it's like, in a blink of an eye, this could all be gone. Yeah. You know, COVID could hit again. This could be gone. So we've been overly intentional about making sure that we are good, aligned, 1, with God. 2 is family. Like, we both lost our grandparents within the last 2 years. He lost his grandmother earlier this year. And we've been overly intentional as well with making sure that we're staying close to our families. Like, our parents are getting older. They're slowing down. My dad had 5 surgeries back to back to back. It's just like the small thing. Well, that's not a small thing, but it's just like, it makes you realize, like, you have to be intentional about your family relationships too. Yeah. But also for us, it's like a matter of building our own family. But to the second question, it's like, what makes me think like what makes me feel like I won is being able to be comfortable but being present with my family. Like I feel like I'm going and going and going all the time right now, because next year or 2 years, whenever we have a kid, it's like I want to be available and present and still comfortable
Yeah.
in our life. I don't want one thing to have to be sacrificed. So it's like, go crazy now, go hard now,
Yeah.
build the systems, build the team, all those things, so that years from now we can look down the line and be like, wow, we're really enjoying the fruits of our labor now together. So
yeah, I love that. I also like God, number one, always. And I always say, like, God, I always like say, when I'm saying like thank you God, I'm like thank you God for being in the dark spaces with me, right?
That
like
part.
I will, it's like, yes, you pulled me out, yes, you go before
Right.
me, but like when I am there and you like sitting there with me,
Literally,
ain't
you're there in
nobody
the
ever
trenches.
sat there and studied with me for 12 hours but God. Well, my study partners, but that's beside the point. But like, he is always, there, and it's like, thank you. Like, I don't have to go through, I don't have to go through everything alone. Even when stuff is big, even when things feel like heavy, it's like, okay, but I know that God is here and it's going to work out. And so I am also very intentional on thanking him, and I love
You
that,
have to
like,
out loud every
Yes.
time, because otherwise you're in the habit of not, and then you find yourself in the slums, and you're like, God, where are you?
You're just like, who?
I mean, I was always here, but you forgot because things were going so great,
Phone
Yeah.
call. No. I actually, when I'm taking my exams, I literally write, before I start every exam, I'll write like a word. So like sometimes I'll write like favored, or sometimes I'll write called, because my mom was like, when I first started school, she's like, there's gonna be so many people trying to be doctors, but you are called to be a doctor. Like, that is,
I love that.
you have to like hone in to the fact that no matter what happens, you are called, right? And so I am like very, very intentional on every exam that I take, anything that I do, that I am like giving that honor and giving that like glory to God. Like, thank you. Whatever happens, because sometimes it might get a little sticky.
Yeah, no, it's above you. At that point, it's above you. It's
I'm
your hands.
here.
Okay.
I am here. Yeah. And I have been all mess. Like, they're very strict on time. I've been running, literally running, trying to get there.
Get there on
time. On all types of mess, and just like, I am here. That is all I have to give. And I think that you hit perfectly like what I would say is the thing that I want in life, like being able to be present. That's but comfortable. Thing. Like, and we all have different definitions of comfortability.
For sure.
But like being in a place where I'm not worried about what is going on. Yeah. But also being able to be present is something super important to me. And it's something that's not really normalized in my field, because
100%.
They feel like you are the money maker, right? So like, even if you're a man in the field, you're
not there.
You're working.
Yeah,
100%. And you're bringing in
you're working.
Right.
You're gone.
And you have like a nice wife to cook and clean and do all the things and raise your kids, and then you're like, oh my God, these kids are grown.
Yeah.
But as a woman, that doesn't work out the same. Yeah. But the expectation is still like, oh, you shouldn't have kids. Like, you gotta grind. Yeah. And I am like, this is not my life. It is such a huge task. It's a huge hill to climb. Mm-hmm. But one thing I'm very intentional on is not making it my
whole identity.
Yeah, it can't be. Like, this is not, I'm not doing this all day, every day. I'll put in the work, I'll grind to get to where I need to go. Right. But like, at the end of my life, I don't want you to just say like, she was just
really good in her career.
She was a good doctor.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, no. Yeah. And that's why people ask me like, oh, are you still doing Evolving Still? Like, what? It's like, yes, because this is my passion. This is what I'm passionate about. This is what I love. Versus like, my job, which is going to be fulfilling and is going to, allow me to pour into people and whatever.
Yeah.
But it's still, I have to have something for
At the
me.
core, you still have to be something. Even as a doctor, you have to still be relatable. You still have to have something outside of that to look forward to.
There's lots of people that don't have a personality, which is why I think doctors are strange.
Okay. I think you're normal.
Thank you. I literally, if you guys, anybody who came to my party that you decorated so beautifully,
thank you.
I said multiple times, like, do not let me become weird.
Oh my gosh.
I would not like that. If you see me being weird,
you already will not be. Some people start out that way. It's fine. You're solid. I think you'll be fine.
Yeah, it's a lot of us in there, and I'm like, why is everyone so weird? What's going on?
You're making the extra effort to not be at this point.
No, for real.
Which other people don't acknowledge that they even
are. No, they don't think so. That's why people don't like going to the doctor, because people are strange. Anyway, all right. What questions help you to get clear on your own dreams? And, I'm always a twofer.
Okay. Part 2. Okay.
How does that compare to questions you ask clients when trying to uncover theirs? Like, say they don't have a vision and you're like, I got to get a vision out of it. I need somewhere to start.
Yeah. I think I'll start with the client one first.
Okay.
Originally, it's like, okay, what's your colors? What's your theme? What's your menu? But now it's more so like, what do you want your guests to experience? Like, how do you want them to feel when they walk into the space? Like, what are some of your priorities for the event itself? Like, it may be something so tiny, but I feel like the more you talk to the client too, like smaller things come out and it makes you execute better for little details that really mattered for them or that clients notice throughout the event. So I think it's a matter of like shifting or pivoting the expectation and the question from the very beginning and saying like, what does this even mean to you? Or like even for you, like that's a milestone event. That's really important. So we had to make sure the theme comes through. It's not just pastel colors, it's more than that. But as for me, okay, the first question, say the first question again.
What questions do you ask yourself to get you clear on your own dreams?
I think it ties into the other question, but I think it's more so where do I want to be? And it's not and also it's like what I want my life to look like, and not from a materialistic aspect, but I want to be present, So what does that mean for me? Like, what do I have to do? Does that mean I have to do 72 events this month? Yeah. Or is it I have to come harder, be more creative, and work more diligently on what I have to do less? Like, doing less, but doing more of it. So for me, it's more so looking at long term. Okay, what do I want my life to look like? Okay, great. So what does that mean for today? I think so many times, like, I'm thinking small. Like, okay, I have an event space, check. But what else can I do for that space? Like, how can I make this particular space, this building better? Or even go harder? What is outside of that box? Oh, do I franchise this? Oh, do I buy a commercial building myself and rent out to tenants and I own that space? Like, I think I have a hard time to this day thinking bigger because it's just like, okay, you got an event space. You put cute floors in. You got glass. Cute. But it's like, how can I think bigger? Yeah. How do I escape this box? And it may be significantly better than what people are around me doing or something like that, but it's more so putting myself in a different group, in a different environment and saying, okay, I'm not the best in this circle. Yeah. These people are really amazing. Why? Yeah. So,
yeah. I love that. I feel like when definitely figuring out what's the end goal is important. I also, though, for me, I have to again, the let them theory, let me.
Read the book.
I let me all the time. But I have so many things in my life have just happened organically and not much that I've and I'm a planner. Yeah, I'm like a planner too, so it's so weird. But the big things, where I end up is always almost coincidental,
chance.
but it's
Yeah.
not. It is definitely like God is building this path. This
For
is
sure.
his story, because I wouldn't have connected the two, right? Like
Right,
even with
right.
Evolve and Still, I started with the mood calendar, but we were COVID and we weren't at the beginning of the year. So then we pivoted. We did the journal first, even though the mood calendar was supposed to be first. Like, you know, all these things.
Yeah.
But that's what I was supposed to be doing, selling these products. And I had a blog.
Did you?
Yes, but people don't like to read.
They wasn't messing with it. Oh. Yeah, people like to quickly absorb
thing
content.
is that people did actually read it, but it's like
it's a special
people don't like. Yeah, it's very specific.
Yeah.
And like if I give you a video, you're like, ooh, fun,
for sure,
cute.
Content is a whole nother job that I'm not.
That's
into.
why I don't do that. That's what I don't do that.
That I'm not into.
That's why I don't do that. But then we started like doing speaking engagements. Like people were like, "Oh, can you come talk to?"
Oh, that's crazy.
You know, people for about the book and like, why do you think this is important? And you know, you got a degree in neuroscience and like what is the science behind it? And so we pivoted. Like, okay, now I don't have to worry about selling the book person to person. If I do an event and it's 300 people, I done sold 300 books, right? Exactly. And that was just a natural thing for us to do, right? And then it's like, okay, like I am interested. I genuinely enjoy yoga, and I started doing teacher training. And it's like,
that's actually sweet.
I like that's evolving still, right? So it's like things that I'm not. It's not a end go. I don't know what evolving still looks like at the end.
I agree with that.
But I do just kind of allow it to be and naturally flow. If it makes sense, it makes sense. And if I have like a dream or, you know, any like thing, a vision, I'm like, how do I execute that? And if I don't know, I don't stress about it. Yeah. I'm like, okay, we'll come back. We'll circle back to this, right? And that is something that I think has been very helpful for the business. Like, even with things, it allows me to, I put things out slower than I did originally. And we're like shooting months in advance. We're doing all of these different things so that I can still deliver quality, but I'm not like.
But it's still genuine, and you're not just like, okay, I have to meet this deadline. I have to meet these numbers. I'm pushing out some bullshit that don't have nothing to do with my actual brand.
Right. They're like, what are we talking about? They're talking about mental health. You're talking about.
Nobody knows about slowly pushing out content better than me. When it comes out, it's great.
It's great, but until then, it's like
until then, there are gaps.
Yeah,
there are gaps.
That's fair. The and everyone wants to be a content creator. I'm like, why? Why do you want to do that?
Like some people, it's like it's an outlet, and that's great. Like sometimes I'll hop on my personal TikTok, and it's just an outlet. Great. Yes. I'm not pressed. I'm not trying to build this series. I'm just giving y'all the content. Yeah, because it's a release. But sometimes it's a job, and that's when it doesn't come out.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I don't do that.
Yeah,
I do what I'm told. When it comes to content, I want to be told what to do.
Told. Same.
That's why I hired bosses so that they can tell me what to do, and I just do it. You know,
I agree with that method.
My close friends gets a lot of my personal content, and
agree.
They seem to enjoy it, even though I don't.
That's interactive, you know. I'm just crashing out, and they're responding. Boom.
Yeah, but I had one friend who was like, "Yeah, I love when the green bubble comes up because this is my favorite show." Same. And I'm like, "Oh,
great!
My misery, your show."
Exactly. Feel that. Feel that. It's not for the public eye. Right. This is for my 22.
And right. And the thing is that like I will definitely get. I'm a yapper, right? And so I will come on TikTok and talk about anything, but sometimes I just be like, don't. I don't have a filter, so it'd be like, just go to close friends.
No, it's fine. That's what the people want to see on TikTok. They want to see it all.
Yeah, but do my
your personal name.
You're right.
That. You got things on the line.
Yeah, because I really wanted to make a TikTok about this Dr. eyeshadow, and I said, just don't do that.
Just no.
Go to TikTok instead. But he will pay for his crimes. Okay, last thing. We are going to take a question from the journal.
Okay.
In your chapter, which is dream.
All right.
So your question. This is a good one. It's gonna be like
they're all good. They're all good.
It's gonna be a thought-provoking one.
Okay.
Okay. If you could give your loved one any gift without price being a concern, what would it be and who would you give it to?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was.
Wow. That is a good one.
I was doing good when I wrote that one.
Oh, man. Okay. I feel like I would give my mother rest because, in so many ways, one, quit that job, retire.
Retire.
It's happening soon. Two, it's just like she goes above and beyond for me.
Yeah.
All the time. So it's like, okay, you've done enough. Just rest. Enjoy the fruits of your labor, my labor, all the things. It will be rest for her.
Yes, I
That's
love
simple.
that. But it's
What's your
priceless.
answer? What's your
It's
answer?
priceless. I would give. I don't know.
That's a hard question.
You know, I actually do this journal. I try to do it once a year. Because my answers always change depending on how I'm feeling that day, actually. But I think today I would give my sister like the freedom to be like a little sister.
Oh, that's cute.
Because she's always been well, she has a big sister and she thoroughly enjoys when her big sister is around or you know whatever. But like she has been
everything
a big sister
yeah.
in all the like if I have an issue my sister
she's gonna hurt
you know like she is a very serious person
she is
a lot of that is because she had to be because like of course like parents they put pressure on the older sibling to like you gotta be a model
for sure.
But I would give her the chance to
I
be
love that
sister.
answer.
Yes.
That's so cute.
I love being a little sister. Like it's my favorite thing in the world.
Yeah, you're so bubbly, full of life. She's serious.
She's serious. Yeah. And I'm like la 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 la. And it's not even like oh I'm just asking her for stuff or anything like that. But like even when she needs like if she needs my support or she needs me and I'm like able to be there for her like how would she feel if she got to do that like every once in a while and like she because she is not a self-care queen. She's trying to be though. That's like her new thing
in her soft life.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much for joining me. This was the perfect
Thank you for having me.
episode.
I was so nervous. I wasn't nervous when I got here. I was like, what's the questions gonna be? How's everything?
I told you, don't worry.
No,
don't worry.
Great. This is great. I'm honored.
No pressure.
I'm ready for your next event.
Thank you. Oh, right. We're gonna have to do that. I don't know. I'm gonna think of something.
Okay.
Okay. All right. See you guys next time on Evolving Still the podcast.